primeiro lugar quisiera ofrecer mis reverencias humildes. First, I need to offer my humble Sastandar pranams millions of times, lotus feet of my Diksha Guru Maharaj, Nitya Leela Pravishna Master Tarazata Shish Maharaj Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. The equal number of Sastandar pranams, the lotus feet of my Shikshan Sanyas Gurudev, Nitya Leela Pravishna Master Tarazata Shish Maharaj Srila Bhaktivedanta Rango Swami Maharaj, and all of our acharyas in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the assembled devotees. I have God's brothers and God's sisters present, Sannyasi Gan, Dandavat Pranam. What good fortune do we have to come to this festival? We can't calculate it. Srila Gurudev said he wants all the devotees to attend Navadvip and Braj Mandal Parikram. It's not, some devotees can't make it, so this is the new Braj Parikram, which is non-different from Sri Vrindavan Dham. It's decorated by the transcendental lotus feet of Nitya Parikar of Srimati Radharani, our Gurudev, so many Vaishnavas. The Harikatha in New Braj has been so unlimitedly ecstatic for so many years. Even if I had to leave today and couldn't go to the rest of the festival, just last night in itself was worth the whole endeavor to come here. Some people didn't. This is their residence. They don't have to go very far. But for some of us, we came very far. How wonderful it was last night to hear the Vaishnavas open their hearts and explain how the pure devotee has affected their lives. Even new persons have never been to this festival before. They can feel that Shakti of Gurudev penetrating all of our hearts. Actually, he's stolen our hearts and put them in his pocket. And then when we speak about that, others are seeing, they feel that love, they feel that bhakti, and they're attracted. Bhaktistu bhagavad bhakta sangha prajayate samprapidir sukritir purvisachita. From the pure devotee's heart, saturated with Krishna prema, Nityasara Parikar of the Jugala Charan enters into our hearts by that association. So for this festival, we're coming, there are so many opportunities to hear Harikatha, continuous kirtans, wonderful prasadam. Krishna's Transcendental Kitchen Crew ki jai. So we can absorb ourselves in this festival. So nice. Akshnofalam tadrishik darshanami, tanofalat tadrishi gatra sangha, jivafalam tadrishik kirtanami, surdalamam bhakti hi loke. Sarvachan, that translation of it? Oh, I thought you were saying it. She's also a very qualified speaker, traveling throughout the world, giving the essence of Gurudev's mercifully to so many places. So this verse, Akshnofalam Tadrisha Darshanami, perfection of the eyes is to see the pure devotee. Perfection of the ears is to hear the pure devotee, and also glorification of that pure devotee. All of the festival days when we glorify the transcendental appearance or disappearance of our acharyas, it's such an auspicious occasion to glorify that Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. If he comes, then he can speak.
Yeah, I'm speaking. I'm not a calm person. I'm speaking. You can speak. After 3 minutes, I'll go.
Madam Maharaj and I have a very sweet transcendental relationship from day one. What a dedicated Guru Seva, our Mother Maharaj is. 30 years serving our beloved Gurudev. Taking rest after him, waking sometimes before him. Always. I remember a couple of years ago, and a few years ago, gosh, time flies, doesn't it? We had come from Vrindavan, and I was accompanying Gurudev and Sripad Bhajan Prabhu and Sripad Pujapad Bhaktivedanta Maharaj. So we drove to Delhi, and then we took a flight to Navadvip. And then we went by car to Navadvip. I was also on a train with Gurudev one time from Calcutta. So and then it was sort of late, and so Gurudev just rested. And in the morning, Maharaj had this huge smile on his face, very exuberant. And I said, Maharaj, what's going on? And he said, oh, last night, he said, Srila Gurudev, the entire night was chanting Davan Stuti, he was chanting. And I said, which prayers was he chanting? Thinking I should remember them and chant them, you know, Astakams, etc., etc. And he said, all of them. So the perfection of the eyes is to see that pure Vaishnava. And here this glory, it's the perfection of the touch, is to touch his body, especially his transcendental lotus feet. Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakatisa. Perfection of the ears. Perfection of the tongue. So we have it wonderful the first few days of this festival. How can we repay or even properly glorify the Mahapurush who has mercifully come into our lives? We cannot repay it. We're eternally indebted. We can begin to pay off in installments that debt by taking deeply his instructions into our heart. Deeply, not superficially. Like in one ear and out the other. No. We let material things in one ear, out the other, or in one eye and out the other. Material things and material sound vibration. But Harikatha we take deep into our hearts. And by the mercy of that Siddha Mahaprabhu Sri Guru, we can digest those things and try to absorb ourselves. So, what a wonderful opportunity we have. I knew he couldn't stand me for too long. Thank you for benedicting us, Maharaj. So I'll talk a little bit, because New Braj Dham is like my second birthplace. Not my material body birthplace. My first birthplace is when I took Harinam and Diksha from my Guru Dev, Srila Nitya Leela Prishtamastra Tarazati Shishman Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. My Diksha, one time Srila Prabhupada said, actually, Diksha, second initiation, is real initiation. The Harinam is a preparatory. It's like the introductory course, and Diksha is the postgraduate. So, actually, Balaram Purnima was my Diksha from Srila Prabhupada. But before I speak about my memories of Gurudev, because I'll tell you right now, and last night it was, you know, there's so many wonderful, deep things in this place, and I'll lose it. It's so deep that I get a little choked up.
Lose it, choke away. Fill our cups.
So, Tasman Guru Papajita Vignashu Shreyamutam Shabdikarina Chanishtatam Brahmanu Pashamashram. First Lema Bhakti, first Anga, Guru Parashraya. Taking shelter of Guru. Tasmat, it's a mandatory. Take shelter of that Sri Guru. Tato Jignasa, the first Vedic aphorism. And now that you've achieved this rare human life, now inquire about the supreme absolute truth. How? Take shelter of a Guru who knows that absolute truth. Tadviri Pranipratina Pariparshnena Sevya Upadekshanti. He's seen that truth so he can impart that into you. Brahmanya Pashamashan. He is completely he's the personification of the Vedic, the Granthas. Grantha Bhagavat and Bhakta Bhagavat. So he's a personification of the transcendental Shastras. And he can convince his followers about the Vedic imports. Yasha Devi Prabhaktir Yata Devi Tatagro Tashaite Kavita Diyarta Prakashante Mahatma. Translation?
The knowledge will be imparted to a person who sees a guru the same level as the God.
Yeah.
So that Mahatma, means the knowledge will be imparted to that Mahatma.
When we have sincere devotion, Shraddha, and service to Sri Guru and Bhagavan, then all the imports of Vedic knowledge are revealed within the heart. The secrets of Vedic knowledge are revealed within the heart. So, by good and the second qualification, Brahmanya Pashamashraya, he's completely realized a Nitya Parikar of the divine couple here in this world.
That's a Sapta Parichan is not.
Sorry,
Sapta Parichan is not.
Brahmanya Pashamashraya.
That's the third one.
Yeah. And he's completely detached from everything material. Completely detached. We have an opportunity of glorifying for the next few days this personality and remembering those transcendental gifts. So many transcendental gifts. He's touched each one of our hearts with his transcendental ambiance, his transcendental personality and love. Bhakti has penetrated and melted. In my case, very, very stone-like heart was completely touched and transformed. As one of the speakers last night said, and what wonderful speakers there were last night. My God. Kishore Mohan, Sudevi, Madhavi, the others. So stunning. I remember Gurudev said when he first met me, I was like a dead man. He commented once that the disciples of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, they have so much nishta in their Gurudev because for 25, 30 years without high-class sadhu sangha, they maintained so much devotion to him. But we know how our Srila Prabhupada, the last devotee that he conversed with was Srila Narayan Maharaj. And his request to him was to please help his followers and disciples, bringing them into the deep teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We say, Namaste Saraswati Devi, Gauravani Prachari, Nirvishesha Shunyavani Paschachanisha. We offer so much glories to our Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, who is a beloved servant of Sri Saraswati Prabhupada, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta. Somebody remind me to tell a story about Bhaktisiddhanta. He's delivering the Western countries were so full of impersonalism and voidism, cutting jungles. So many times, Sri Narayan Maharaj would request someone to, what is Gauravani? Where's Gauravani? He likes to talk, right? Too bad he's not here. So, Who can say what is Gauravani?
To spread the teachings of Mahaprabhu, Gaura.
Teachings of
Mahaprabhu.
Mahaprabhu, the instructions of Mahaprabhu. Vijay, Gauravani.
Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajeshya Tadam Vrindavanam Ramya Kichitupashna Brajabadu Vargena Yakavata Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Mahanam Prema Pramanam Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Madhumidam Tattvasaram. 5 opinions of
This is a wonderful verse. It's in Srila Prabhupada's Nectar of Devotion in introduction. The Sanskrit's not there, but the translation is there. This is the realizations of Rasacharya Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur of Gauravani. This is a very high. We know Shikshastakam is Gauravani, also Dashmula Shiksha, etc. Some other, but this is the essence of Gauravani.
Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajeshya.
So you should.
The most worshipful person is Brajendra Nanda, not any Krishna, not Krishna in Dwarka, not Krishna in Kurukshetra, specifically Brajendra
How about
Nanda.
Ramachandra?
No. Not according to Rasa. Rasa, Brajendra Nanda is highest.
Lord Narayan?
Definitely not.
In Tattva Vichar they are same, but
When the Mahabharata Shri Guru says something, it will come true. But last night we heard Sri Maharaj said this new Braj Dham will be talked about and very prominent place in the West for 2,000 years. And Brajanananda Prabhu has said even longer than that also. So for me it's like
what I heard about that story, that his wife persuaded him to come back to the home. But he said, no, my Guru Maharaj gave me a new life, so I have decided to go and serve him. This is what I heard.
okay.
And then he goes and, as you said, he would go and continues his bhajan, sadhan, harinam, and
Yeah.
Bhagavad Katha.
After that
Harikatha.
his wife was an obstacle.
So
Thank
something
you.
like that I heard.
Okay. So I remember I missed the first year, but I came on the second year in '97. And like some of the devotees spoke last night, prior to Sri Narayan Raj coming, there was controversies. You would hear. I wasn't living in a temple, but I was going often and I was hearing. Because he was beginning to shake persons and shower so much nectar. So, and like one of the speakers said last night, some persons were saying things contradictory. Oh, he is outside of this institution, is gone, etc., etc. Don't go from here, hear from him. Saying so many things. And like a speaker said last night, but the persons were saying that opinion were of a certain caliber, it automatically made him thinking, I should check out this person. I had a similar experience. My godbrothers and god sisters, like Mola Prakriti Didi and Gopavrinda Brajendra Prabhu, the devotees I knew in this community, because I spent many years not too far from here in Three Rivers, and we was like a sister community to the Badger community. It was a little more institutionalized than the Badger was becoming a little bit reformed, so to speak, in a good way. So, judging on the type of devotees that were saying different things about Sri Narayan Maharaj, when I was confronted with an invitation to come, I realized those devotees that are telling me that it's not a good idea. I didn't feel so much, anyway, a lot of respect for those personalities compared to the other ones. And I said, okay, I've been a devotee for 20 years or so. I'll come. 25. And if I hear anything contradictory to what Srila Prabhupada has taught me, then I'll go. Or so my first time here, was it here? Yeah, I think they did have this here in 97. Did he build? Yeah, I think it was here in 97. So I remember him speaking about Upadeshamrita. Now you see it as the essence of all advice. There's a nice book. And he was giving so much wonderful explanations. And especially the first four verses are like a pillar. If we want to go deep in bhakti, it's very important we have a good foundation, which is the first four verses of the Upadeshamrita. When he got to the higher verses, I remember thinking, wow, this we'll probably show some of those classes tonight. And I was thinking, wow, this is a transcendental realm he's bringing us into. And it was so powerful. What to speak of it? Actually, when you're with a pure Vaishnava, he emanates Sudha Prem, and he saturates, and it becomes like Vrindavan. Like he said, he's turned Badger into Braj. And throughout this festival, we have a chance to, well, sometimes hear the mooing of the cows and the peacocks. Peacocks? So I was thinking, wow, I've read Srila Prabhupada's Upadeshamrita, Nectar of Instruction, many times, and this is like, actually I had this experience. Every book that I read of Srila Prabhupada, by the association of Srila Maharaj, I was able to go deeper into it, and I saw things those words became so much, as Srila Maharaj says, yes, he's put everything in his books, but he's put them under lock and key. And I have that key. As I was getting this doubt in my mind about, wow, I don't remember Srila Prabhupada going like this. It was such a wonderful explanation of the Leelas and Radha and Krishna and Brajadam. It was so attractive, but I was feeling myself being pulled, thinking, is this like a doubt coming? And as I was thinking this, he stops and he said, yes, Shamarani, can you read your Gurudev's purport on this verse? And she began to read the purport to that verse. And I think it was the Tam Namu, so I'll speak about that verse too. Tanamu Charitari Sukirtanam Smrityo Kramena Rasanam Manasi Niyoja Tishtan Brajetanan Ravi Janan Ugami Kalam Net Akivam Upadesha Sharam. Upadesha Sharam, essence of all instructions, essence of all advice. This 8th shloka. To continuously chant the holy name of the Lord. Continuously. Does that mean continuously chant here, New Braj, Central California, Western United States, Western Hemisphere, Earth planet? No. Chant the holy name of the Lord where? In Aprakrit Braj, the transcendental realm. Under the guidance of those inhabitants. The cowherd boys, the cowherd girls, Nanda Yashoda, Jamuna, Govardhan Hill, like here. But in the real realm. Under the guidance of those associates. Eternal associates. And continuously remember that the Harinam is, the name, sound vibration, is the incarnation of Krishna. Even more potent and merciful than the Lord himself. Nami Namino. And remember the form, transcendental form of the Lord. The beautiful roop of Shri Krishna. His transcendental form, his color, his cloth, color of the monsoon rain clouds, color of lightning, his roop, his transcendental beige, his cloth, Tribhanga roop, threefold bending form, the ankle bells. When he dances, his curly black locks dance on his cheeks, and he makes this fish-shaped earrings, dance also on those beautiful cheeks, bimba fruit lips, which touch the holes of his flute, and produce a wonderful fruit from that flute, and captivating the entire universe. Lord Brahma heard that captivating sound of the flute and was able to, in the form of Gayatri Mantra, that surrendering process brought him into that association, and then he did the whole cosmic manifestation and creation. We also have the opportunity every day, 3 times a day, minimum, to hear that transcendental flute in the form of Gayatri mantras. So important are these mantras. Diksha mantras give us enlightenment and an entrance into a deeper understanding and sambandha of that abhideya of Sri Nam Tattva. So, remembering that transcendental form, the associates, the moods of the inhabitants of Braja, they've heard that Krishna is the Supreme Lord like Narayan, but their Aishvarya Bhav, their mood of awe and reverence is covered by their sweet relationship of high prema. That sweetness covers the awe and reverence platform. Like the example is given by our acharyas of a little bit of salt in water isn't very palatable to drink. If you put in an 8-ounce glass of water a tablespoon of salt, then it's a little unpalatable. But if you have 100 gallons of water and you put a tablespoon of salt, you can't recognize it. So there's so much madhurya prema that although there's even more Aishvarya in Braja than Vaikuntha, it's covered by so much sweetness, and that's what attracts the Supreme Lord. So remembering these is the essence of all advice. So I was hearing so much wonderful narrations. Then when he had Shamarani read the purport of Srila Prabhupada, many of the same things that Srila Maharaj had been saying that I was wondering were right there in Srila Prabhupada's purport. And I had this sense that he knew my doubt and immediately he took it away, but it was amazing. And I'm sure some of you have similar realizations. When you're with the pure Vaishnava, besides feeling small in comparison, you feel this person has known me all my life. He actually knows me better than I know myself. He's known me for many lifetimes. I remember when I first saw Srila Prabhupada in Hawaii in '74, I had a question to ask him after the class about what pleases him the most, because I had been doing some seva in the temple in Honolulu in Kauai, transplanting some marigolds, etc., because I had a cut finger. It had staph infection, which is easy to get in Hawaii. I didn't want to contaminate the kitchen or pots or anywhere. So devotees kept coming up to me and saying, if you really want to please Srila Prabhupada, you'll do this. You'll wash pots, help clean the floor, cut vegetables, etc., etc. Then I met the devotees, and I was doing yoga, and then they asked me to come to meet Srila Prabhupada. Like Gurudev, he took my heart, put it in his pocket, and I wanted to just surrender it to him my whole life. So I was thinking like this, how I came to Srila Prabhupada, but actually, Srila Maharaj said, no, again. You have not come to him, he has come to you. Because he has so much love for you. He wants to, and he pulled on this, it was cold, like this morning was cold, right? When I had a charter on it, and he took it like that. He said, because he wants to pull you out of this material world and take you back to Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. And he walked away and I just went. And I knew I knew that that's why he had come. We don't go looking for the pure devotee, but in my case, it's not even sincerity that attracts them, but their causes mercy. The pure devotee, like we spoke last night, he heard souls crying here, so he came. Srila Gaura Govinda Maharaj, my godbrother, said that we should open up schools to learn how to cry for the Lord. Srila Prabhupada said chanting the holy name is like a cry for the child for its mother. Oh Krishna, oh internal energy, Shrimati Radharani, please engage me in your loving service. Crying out, please help. I am insignificant, fallen, helpless. Without you I'm nothing. Kabe heno kripa labe jana, kritarto hoeviha. Shakti buddhihin amyatudin, koromoyatma. Make me like you. So this is the opportunity of this festival. The goal is kirtan, Prem Kirtan. Because the Harinam is everything. The abode, the root, the lila, gun, everything. One will be qualified to chant the real name. But we're chanting Namaparad. Maybe some of us are fortunate, not me, but to chant Namabhas. But when can we chant that pure Nam? We've heard it at the time of Harinam. We've gotten Diksha mantras to help us easier to enter into the relationship with that. Sadhana Bhakti, Nam Bhajan, so important. How do we get the qualification to enter into Sri Nam and chant continuously? There are three types of devotees who chant. Kanishta is sometimes chanting the holy name of the Lord, but with offenses. The Madhyam, in the clearing stage, but constantly the Madhyam Vaishnava is chanting the holy name. Consistently. And the Uttam, simply by seeing the pure Vaishnava, spontaneously, Hare Krishna. We should develop, in order to chant consistently on the level of a second class Vaishnava, we have to acquire 4 qualifications. 4 qualifications. Sri Ramakrishna has explained that all of his followers should know 4 verses. This is one of them.
Another piece to meet you.
Trinarapi Sunichena Tororapi Sashtina Amanina Madina Kirtaniya Sarahari. 4 qualifications, then we can continuously chant. Feeling myself very insignificant and fallen. Prime contribution by pure Vaishnava has is it removes the false ego, the Dehabhiman, Pratishta, etc. from the disciple, from the Shishya. One of my godbrothers in front of Srila Prabhupada and some of my other godbrothers and sisters said, "Oh, I am so fallen. I'm the most fallen." What was his response, Vedavya Prabhu? What was Srila Prabhupada's response? You're not the most anything. But Prabhupada knew that this devotee was trying to impress the devotees and boast about something that he didn't have. Not false humility, real humility. Prema Purnarthamaham. Prema is our goal, the ultimate goal. The prema has 2 sides, like a coin. Raj Prem, Raj Ras, The other side is pure humility. That's why you read the songs of our acharyas. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj has such wonderful kirtans of humility, and Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur, Sharanagati kirtans, Loyam kirtan, deep dainya, deep humility, insignificant, feeling insignificant, and being very tolerant like a tree. But most often if we hear something, especially if someone's criticizing us, hey, don't you know who I am? What are you saying? One time I had this experience, so I asked Sajjan Maharaj, what do you do when you're criticized for something and you honestly, really honestly, there was a mistake and you didn't do that? Do you try to say something? Do you try to clear up the situation? He said, no, don't think like that. You're guilty. Maybe not this lifetime, but you have done that and you have gotten away with it. Now you're guilty. Accept it. Be humble. If you're humble and accept it, thank that person, thank that devotee, then you will be able to go on to a higher level. But if you retort and, hey, what are you talking about? No, you got it all wrong. I'm this and that and that. You don't get... No, then you'll miss that opportunity and you have to get another lesson, and this time it'll be even harder. Real tolerance. Like a tree. Trees are always giving. Their fruit, their shade, even their sap, their very essence, flowers. Yeah. Houses of people cutting down so many trees. You never hear a tree go, hey, stop it. You know what's going on? Don't you know who I am? People carving their initials on it, dogs urinating. Hey, what are you doing? Pass somewhere else. Trees never complain. Sajjan Maharaj used to say, 3 C's. 3 C's.
Always chant.
Chanting.
Never complain.
Never complain.
Never criticize.
And never criticize. We should take the propensity to criticize others, which is like creating a bridge to that fault. We all have faults, but if we criticize someone else for a fault, what do? We make a bridge to that fault and we bring it into our own hearts. Complaining. It's a waste of time. If we see something that should be done better, we can do it ourselves. It's an opportunity for us to increase our seva, not criticize someone else. Humility, tolerance, respect for others, not expecting respect from others. But we're thinking, hey, I'm a sannyasi, Prabhupada decides. No. Soy numero uno. No, I'm not anything. I'm not one anything. Srila Maharaj has said, the farther to the negative you go, the more you attract the positive. If I think number 1, then the positive is very far away. But if I think that I'm 0, and I put Guru and Krishna and the Vaishnavas in front, and all it becomes 10. If I even can develop more humility, our acharyas are thinking I'm lower than a worm in stool, and instead of not being sarcastic or pretentious, because they have so much prema, they're feeling very insignificant. So if we think I'm 0, 0, or even 0, 0, 0, then you put a 1 in front of it, which is Guru, Hari-Guru, and Vaishnava, then it becomes a very big number. And we can have more qualification to chant Bahari Nam. Sripad Bhakti Vibhut Bodhai Goswami Maharaj in the Bay Area, we spoke together, Oma Didi and myself and our Ashram Raj. And when I did a program with him in South Africa too, at some of his god sisters' house, I was also a guest with many times, and who actually hosted Srila Raj when he came there, 2010. And there was a poster of Pujapad Srila Bhakti Pragyam Keshav or Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Raj, and it was a picture of him chanting japa, and underneath was a quote: "Don't simply finger your beads when chanting Harinam. Enter into the realm of chanting." This 8th verse of Upadeshamrita, Srila Rupa Goswami is giving us a window to that realm. Krishna's name, but is also his form, his transcendental attire, his transcendental associates, and his transcendental leelas. And none different from Sri Krishna and Braj Dham and Braj Ras Leela is Sri Navadvip Dham, Gupta Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya, Gora Prema Rasa Narvi, Saitaranga Javaduvi, Se Radha Angam, Se Radha Madhava Angataranga. By diving deep into Mahaprabhu, Dasya Ras, imbibing the qualities of Mahaprabhu. Who can be the better teacher of how to develop pure love of God than God comes and disguises himself as a teacher, of course with the Murli Radharani, the highest love, and shows by his own personal example how to enter into bhakti. How fortunate. Only 500 years ago, the demigods on the higher planets are praying to take birth in Kali Yuga, this Kali Yuga, Danya Kali. Kalair doshe nidhe rejan, asti eko mahatpuna, kirtanariva Krishna shab mukta sangha param vrajet. Why? Kali Yuga is an ocean of so many faults and bad darkness, hypocrisy, illusion. Why would demigods want to take birth in Kali Yuga? Huh? Why?
Chant and dance.
Janya Kali. Mahaprabhu has purified this Kali Yuga. Krishna himself, one day in Lord Brahma, Sri Krishna, after his Dwarpa Yuga Leela, Vajananana, Krishna comes as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Krishna personally comes. He leaves this world, and then it becomes Kali Yuga, and he thinks, I will come again. I surely must come again and show by my own example how they can enter into the pastimes that I've just exhibited in this Yuga. He wants to experience the love of Srimati Radharani, the qualities in him that she relishes through her love, and the happiness she feels by his association and love. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. That's why the demigods are even wanting to take birth in this Danya Kali, although it's such a degraded age. Advaitacharya called out with palm of Ganges water and tulsi leaf to a shalagram. He had read that verse, I forget it. Well, how can this contaminated era with so much hypocrisy, so much degraded activities, the Brahmanas aren't practicing any Brahminical qualities at all. Everything's so much corrupted. Only if Krishna himself comes. Although I'm Mahavishnu, but Krishna himself needs to come. Calling out. That's also one reason of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's advent. Yuga Dharma is at the same time. But ultimately Krishna wanted to experience love. The highest love of his transcendental counterpart, Sri Radha. So, Trinadapi Sunichina Trorapi Sushma Manina Mani Kirtani Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koro Edase Trinapekshati Hina Sakale Sahane Bolo Diya Koro Nijamanis Priyai How do we get those qualities? Only by praying to Gurudev. He's showering oceans of nectar on us. Why do I keep raising the umbrella and it doesn't hit me? Giving up personal abhiman, ahankara. We can grab that transcendental reign of our Gurudev. Respect for others, not expecting respect. Nanda Gopal last night, he apologized to me and some of the other singers. Oh, please forgive me, we didn't invite you up to the podium. Are you kidding? I hate that. Thank you. Pratishta. One time after I took sannyas, Gurudev gave me sannyas in 2003. Afterwards, it's customary we go to Jagannath Puri like Mahaprabhu. So I was there for a week, 10 days, doing program and enjoying the wonderful Leelas of Mahaprabhu. And then when I went to Mumbai and Gurudev was there doing a festival, so he said, so how is sannyas? And I said, Gurudev, thank you so much. I feel like so much weight is taken off of me. Yes. And I said, but there's a new weight. It's very heavy. So, what is that? And I said, I feel you, my Gurudev, all the acharyas, get it together. Yes, Danda. When Gurudev gives Diksha, what does he say? Don't think that this is it. You've gotten Diksha mantras now, everything's complete. Although he does say in Diksha initiations, today I'm giving your hand, taking your hand and putting it in the hand of Radha Krishna. No, we're in the school of Diksha. It's a constant endeavor, day by day, moment by moment. Anukoyasya sambhaka sankapa pratigyo yasha vivarjana. Accepting things favorable and rejecting things unfavorable. Every day, every moment of the day, we have opportunities. We have free will. What are we going to do with it? Are we going to accept something for our temporary sense gratification, forgetfulness of Hari Guru and Vaishnava, or are we going to accept something that we can progress in our bhakti, progress in our love, degress in our attachments in this material realm? That is true surrender.